Namaste everyone, and thank you very much for joining me in this tutorial. So here we are going to talk about a Flask application. So basically it's a chatbot which is connected with a Microsoft bot website from where it is collecting the data and pushing it to the front end. This is how the front end of the chatbot looks like and how it works. Let's first check that out, and after that I'm going to show you the code which is helping the bot in answering the user's queries. So let's check out the working of the chatbot first. Hi, how are you? If I say this to the chatbot, let's see with what it is going to reply. So I am good, how are you? I am also good. Okay, let's ask it a question based on Angular. What is Angular? It's a framework for web applications. It's a correct answer. Let me ask it about myself. So, who is Gaurav Kumar Jain coding classes, or what are Gaurav Kumar Jain coding classes? One and the same thing. Let's see whether he knows me or not. I think he's a software engineer. That is absolutely right. What is Django? Let's see what it has replied with. It's a web framework. Okay. Give me the code for a 3D triangle in HTML, CSS, JS. Okay, this time I'm not sure what you mean by 3D triangle. Okay, no problem. Let's do it like this. Let me just remove 3D from here. Let's see what is going to happen now, whether it will be able to give us the code or not. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Okay, so I think it won't be able to help us with the code, but yes, general queries it can definitely answer. So this is how the chatbot application works, and now I'm going to show you the coding part of it, what all things I have used for coding this beautiful application. But before that, I would like to just show you the view of it on a mobile device. So this is how, when you will run it on a mobile device, it's going to appear as a pop-up, and you can scroll it down, scroll up. Fine. Now let's check out the coding part of this application. So here we have used two files. One is this chat.html in which the front end code is present, and then we have the back end code over here in the app.py file, right? As I've already told you, I have used Flask for developing this. These are all the libraries which you have to import for developing the chatbot, and as you can see here, we have used Microsoft Dialog GPT Medium, right? So this is what is giving me the tokens, and this is a model that I've used, right? Okay, then we have these two routes defined over here, one with name index. Okay, then the other function is named chat, which is under route get. Okay, so it can accept two methods, get and post. Fine, we are rendering a template here named chat.html through index function, which is present over here under the templates named folder. Right, and let's see the code of the chat function. So here we are accepting a message. Now what is this MSG? Where is it coming from? So if you will come here in this chat.html, you will find here a component having name MSG, right? So we have an input box. Okay, the one which I just showed you over here, this is the input box, right, which this MSG is referring to. Okay, so whatever the user is going to pass in the input box, it will what is going to happen to that, let me just show you. So this is going to come over here, right, as an input, Then there is a variable named input to which we have assigned the value of message, and then we are passing it to another function named get underscore chat underscore response. Now what is it doing? Let me just show you that. So if I come down here, we have a for loop and some lines of code. Okay, so this is generating for us the token and the information which is required for answering the user query. So all these stuff you can find on the same website from where you will get this model, right? It's a Microsoft model. It's a very famous model which people use for developing bots and all. So these are few lines of code that you have to add, which will tokenize the text message so as to make it more understandable. Okay, let's come down and see what do we have next over here. And then finally it is returning something. Okay, it's returning the answer. Now what is happening in the front end? Let me show you that. So once it returns the answer, it comes over here. Okay, and finally this chat function is returning the output which it is getting from get underscore chat underscore response. Fine. So this whole pipeline you need to understand. Now we need to come here on chat.html and check out the code we have used here for managing the front end. So if you see here, we have a text area with name message area. So whenever a submit function will take place on this message area, these are the following things which are going to happen. So date, we're going to capture the date, the hours, minutes, and finally the text value. Okay, and then we are going to pass the raw text and start time over here. Fine. Then we have some Ajax code so as to make it automatic. Fine. And here if you see, we are getting an image of ChatGPT through this link over here. Fine. And then finally, whatever message we are getting from the function that I just showed you, we are going to show it to the user through this particular Ajax. Okay, so this is a very simple bot which I have developed with very few lines of Python code and HTML code. If you like it, please do share this lecture in your group and make it reachable to the maximum students possible. Now, if you want to learn these types of things, I would suggest you to take my coding classes where I will teach you all the concepts required for building these kind of applications. And also there will be things related to ChatGPT, AI, DS, ML, and there will be much more. Right. So thank you very much for joining me in this tutorial. Have a great day ahead, guys.